They fighting. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Heads are butting over at Marvel and Disney. Oh, let's check this out here.
So it looks like the new X-Men movie coming from Marvel Studios, taking place after the events of Avengers Secret Wars, might already have a little bit of drama attached to it.
I got a bald head.
According to a report from an insider, Kevin Feige and Bob Iger aren't exactly seen eye to eye on what the movie should be and its overall scale. And at this point in time, the new X-Men movie coming from Marvel Studios probably has just about a full script. Actually, it has been exactly 1 year since it was announced by Variety that Marvel hired Michael...
Variety? Did you hear about them shooting Doomsday without a script? How do you do that? I don't understand how you do that. What do you just shoot action scenes? That's all I can think of. What, action scenes? And then like, okay, let's have a giant battle here, and then we'll work with this story around it. I'm just trying to think, like, what would they be shooting? I don't know.
Leslie to direct the new X-Men film that was released on May 21st of last year, and it's May 21st today. So they've been working on a script for a full year, probably longer, because we heard that when Marvel Studios was interviewing writers, they were having them pitch their ideas for a new X-Men movie to Marvel Studios to determine if that's the route they wanted to go. But perhaps it is not the way that Disney wants Marvel to go, but we're going to break it all down in this video. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Cosmic Wonder. If you're new to the channel and you want to stay up to date on all the latest Marvel news, rumors, and leaks, be sure to subscribe. Today we're talking the X-Men drama, new set leaks from Avengers Doomsday, and Disney canceled a Marvel show that they were doing. Not exactly a main
I'm sure they were effing it up anyway, so good riddance.
Show, but it's the first time that we've ever heard of Marvel and Disney actually canceling a project that they did up until, well, now. So as I mentioned, there seems to be some drama between Bob Iger, the head of Disney, and Marvel Studios' president, Kevin Feige. Keep in mind, when we get past Avengers
Trouble in
Secret Wars,
Paradise,
this will basically be like a new MCU. We're going to have a universe where all of the Marvel characters exist side by side in the same main universe finally. So there are many different ways that they could go with the X-Men. You could build them up like they did with the Avengers, give them solo movies, and then eventually have them build up to be the X-Men team.
True.
Or you can kind of just go all out with a big X-Men film, or do a combination of both of those. Now, we obviously know an X-Men movie is coming, so they're not going to build up individual characters, at least not main ones before then, but Kevin Feige probably has some good plans to introduce just a core group of X-Men characters, but according to this new report, Bob Iger doesn't want that. The insider main middleman says that Disney CEO Bob Iger is looking for an all-out blockbuster, just a huge movie. But Kevin...
Well, I gotta agree with him right there. Go big or go home. Because, God, this is so exhausting. Did you just see how the wind, it just took all the wind out of my sails? They have been effing up so badly that I just can't understand. I can't fathom. It's baffling how they keep effing up so bad. They need to go big and do it right or go home. That's what I want. Okay? And one reason why is because we know they can. We know that they can because they've done it before. Infinity War, Endgame, Civil War. They've done it before with going big. Okay? And they did it right. Okay? Another thing is fans have been waiting so long. I don't know if fans really want to wait for the Cyclops movie, the Storm movie, the Logan movie. I mean, I just don't know if they want to wait for that, for you then to bring them together. I don't. I'm impatient at this point. My patience is running thin with all the other garbage propaganda they've been putting in the movies and the television shows that have been killing them financially and their reputation. No one believes in them anymore. That's the reason why Thunderbolts didn't perform the way they wanted it to. Go big or go home. I went Iger on this one.
Feige doesn't exactly want that. Here's what the insider had to say. Kevin Feige wanted a more grounded X-Men story with a plot that really focused on social issues and disagreements about what it means to be a mutant. He wanted a powerful, dramatic movie that really showed what the X-Men were all about.
But you can do that and go big. You can do both. You can do both and have a very powerful message about mutants. You can do both. Okay? Combine the two. Okay? All right. Settled. See, if I was talking to both of them out of this is exactly how it went. Okay? They'd have got me on the phone. Okay? The screen had popped up. I've been sitting there like this. What? What's the problem now, Iger? What's wrong, Feige? Well, I want to go big. I want a tentpole movie. Okay. And what's the problem? Feige? I want a more grounded, social issues. What does it mean to be a mutant? You can do both. Okay? Combine the two. Right? Yeah, you have writers that can do it. Okay. I don't call me anymore on this dumb shit like this. Bye. Bloop.
With the Brotherhood of Mutants as the bad guys. But that's not what Iger and Disney want. Aware of the poor performance of more restrained films, especially the disappointing box office results like Captain America Brave New World and Thunderbolts recently, the script has been
You damn right, Marvel.
requested to focus on a great event film to get a wider audience attention. So, expect the MCU's first X-Men movie to be huge on events, focusing on
That's what I want. I want it to be huge.
the box office. With more action and fan services, ideological issues will carry on, but they will be less important than dealing with something bigger. So that is reportedly the big issue between Kevin Feige and Bob Iger right now. Essentially the issue between Marvel and Disney. Please let me know what you think about this in the comments, but I gotta say, I think both are kind of right here. Look, every movie coming from Marvel Studios doesn't...
See, I said they could do it big. And he's about to say every movie doesn't have to be big. I would prefer that they were all. Because if they go big, and every movie is an event, like Star Wars, you know what I mean? Episode 4, 5, and 6, yeah. And then you got Empire Strikes Back, and then you got Return of the Jedi. They were all big movements. If you really went big and did it right every time, just think about it for a second. If you had the Russos in charge, they made The Winter Soldier, Infinity War, and Endgame. Okay? Wait, Winter Soldier, Civil War, Infinity War, and Endgame, correct? So I'm thinking to myself, well, wait a minute now. If we went big like this for every single movie, you'd still make your money back every time. And these were all of them $1 billion, or most of them, except for one, right? I can't remember. Like, I'd go big each time. Go big or go home. I would do it each time. It'd be like, you must see this movie. I would make it so that every fan felt like they must see this movie. And every normie out there felt like, yo, this is one of those big ones, like that Infinity War one or the Civil War. Yeah, let's go check it out.
Have to be a big event movie.
Marvel
has demonstrated that they can do movies that aren't huge event movies and have them be successful.
And you look at whatchamacallit. Whatchamacallit was big. Was it No Way Home? No Way Home. That was big, right? All 3 Spider-Man. Come on, man.
The Guardians of the Galaxy movies are a perfect example. Recently, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings as well. And those movies actually pulled off an insanely great story without a bunch of cameos. And I have personally always been of the opinion that I don't think that fan service is necessary.
I'll go with Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 3 on that. And I don't know about Shang-Chi.
Necessarily bad. I think it's a good thing as long as it fits organically within the movie and the story. If you're doing...
And that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. Where's that from? You better know.
Doing it just to include someone to get the fans excited about the movie or the project because they know that it's not that good, then yeah, you shouldn't do it. It's like in The Acolyte revealing Yoda at the end, or Plagueis. Those were viewed as basically desperate cameos. But if they fit well within the story, and they're not ridiculously forced, I think they can amplify the movie. But here's the deal. I get where Kevin Feige's coming from, but I also understand where Bob Iger and Disney are coming from because
this is the X-Men. Go big.
This kind of is an event film. It is the first X-Men film in the MCU since Disney bought the rights to the X-Men from Fox. And not to mention the last X-Men film from Fox was Dark Phoenix, and that was in 2019. So it will be almost 10 years since we got our last X-Men movie when the new one in the MCU comes out. Plus we're introducing an entirely new X-Men team, an entirely new cast. Kevin Feige said that we're going to see characters we've never seen before mixed with ones that we know, and it's set in a new universe where they're with the Avengers and the Fantastic Four. It is, just in its nature, an event movie. At least for us fans, it's definitely going to be. It's the beginning of a new era. So I do believe that it kind of does have to be really, really big. That doesn't mean it can't be grounded, and that doesn't mean that they shouldn't focus on the story, because that's the first thing that you should always focus on in a movie, and shows as well. And we don't need 5 or 10 cameos, but it is going to be in the same use as well. And we don't...
On the left there, is that the same artist as All-Star Superman? God, those outfits look horrible.
Don't need 5 or 10 cameos, but it is going to be in the same universe as the Avengers and Fantastic Four now, and it would be really cool to see some of them show up, if even just on perhaps a TV screen. Perhaps Professor X is watching the news and he sees something about the Avengers, or Reed Richards and Sue Storm of the Fantastic Four. It's little things like that that aren't huge that get fans really excited, and it shows us the connectivity of the universe. So while I am with Kevin Feige and I believe that they should focus on the story and make it very impactful, I am also still with Bob Iger and the fact that I believe it does need to be a pretty big event movie. Now I say that not thinking about the box office numbers, which of course is what Bob Iger and Disney are thinking about. I just want it to be a great movie,
Mickey
show
Mouse.
us some really awesome characters, show us the connectivity of the new MCU, and have it be just kind of a staple moment in time. The new X-Men are revealed in the MCU for the first time ever. That should be an epic event. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. Now, like I mentioned, Disney and Marvel canceled their first ever show. Well, it was really a show about the other shows, but they did this kind of under the table. It seems that Marvel Studios has canceled Marvel Studios Legends, which first premiered on Disney Plus on January 8th.
Oh, I remember that.
This project was intended as basically a recap of characters and storylines before new projects came out. It was basically a recap on what those specific heroes had been up to, and villains as well. But it's recently been noted by the Direct that Marvel Studios has not released one since December 15th of 2023, officially rendering this specific special/series that Marvel was doing canceled. And we assume the reason this was canceled was because during this time in 2023, this is when Marvel Studios started to have all of these talks with Disney, and Disney started to talk as well about making big changes not only to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but to Disney in general. Back then, and this was revealed and confirmed very recently, Disney wanted Marvel to just pump out material because they needed material for Disney Plus. So this was just another thing to have on Disney Plus, but now that that's no longer the plan, it seems like Marvel Studios Legends is no longer a show. Did you watch it, and will you miss it? Let me know in the comments down below.
I never once watched it. I was meant to, but never once watched it. All right, I'm good on this. Make sure you subscribe to the Cosmic Wanderer. As you can see, he be getting some details there. Post your comments down below. Let me know what you think about all of this. Should they go big? Should they be more grounded? Or should they do both like I think they should do? Let me know. 10 million subscribers.